Good afternoon. On behalf of all of the chaplains of many spiritual traditions who serve here at the university, I invite those of you who care to pray with me now. O God, we thank you for this day of celebration and for this opportunity to gather together in person. We thank you for all those who have helped this year's graduates arrive at this day. We thank you for all the graces, both large and small, that have seen us all through this pandemic year, for love and laughter, for kind words, for resilience and flexibility and patience and growth. We thank you for the gift of science, the rapid arrival of vaccines, and for the countless healthcare workers who continue to work sacrificially throughout the world. And we pause on this day of gladness and remember all those who have been lost, all those who grieve, and we ask for your strength and your comfort. And now, O God, we ask your blessing on these graduates. As they go out from this place, may they live compassionately and wisely. May they be blessed with love, both given and received. And may they find the wisdom to learn what is truly of value and the energy to pursue it with all of their hearts. Amen. Please be seated.
It's great to be here on the Eastman Quad, celebrating the class of 2021. The past year has been unlike anything I've experienced in my years at the university, or my life in general for that matter, and I know it has been likely the same for you. That's why the main thing I want you to know as we go through this ceremony is that we are all incredibly proud of you. You have done something that's difficult under even the best conditions. The pandemic was a hurdle you should never have had to face, but you took it in stride. You even found ways to preserve the community we value so dearly, despite the physical distancing, which for some of you wasn't even a matter of feet, but thousands of miles. None of this was done without struggle. You've pushed yourself to physical, emotional, and mental exhaustion. And I'm sure many, if not all of you, had a moment where you thought, how am I going to do this? All of us sitting on this stage know what you've gone through to get to this moment. You've sacrificed, you've adapted, you've persevered. I don't mean for that to sound like it came as a surprise. It didn't, because you are, after all, Rochester students and have been for a number of years now. In fact, I remember the day we commemorated your arrival. We were here on the Eastman Quad for your convocation. It was much like today, only it rained for the entire ceremony. I can assure you that wasn't the plan, just like COVID-19 wasn't the plan. I can also assure you of two other things. One, this won't be the last time things in your life don't go as planned. Two, when they don't, you'll be ready. Even if resiliency and problem solving weren't part of who you were as a first-year student, they're part of who you are now as graduates. Throughout your time here, you've developed skills and gained experience that will serve you well for the rest of your lives. That's why I can say whatever you decide to do next, be it continue your education or begin your professional career, you're ready. Trust in your knowledge and capabilities. You've earned the right to go forward with the confidence that you will find success. Another reason to be confident in your next step is the world needs Meliora. The world needs people like you. We desperately need tenacious, creative, critical thinkers who are eager to pick a fight with our biggest challenges. Employ the spirit of Meliora in all that you do beyond the River campus. I can't wait to see how you choose to make the world ever better. Congratulations.
Good afternoon, class of 2021. I'm so grateful to be with you today, even in these less than ideal circumstances. But in the spirit of Meliora, we are always striving to make any situation ever better. Unfortunately, because of COVID safety guidelines, we weren't able to invite guests to our campus for your special day. And I know this was a disappointment for you and your families, but it's also a disappointment for me. In my 2 years as president, I have yet to preside over traditional University of Rochester commencement. But I'm relieved and delighted that I'm able to preside over an unconventional commencement and bring you here with your professors and the university staff to celebrate this very special occasion. So with your families and friends in mind, I'd like to ask all of our 2021 graduates to stand and honor your families and friends who are watching this live stream. Please give the people who supported you throughout your education a round of applause. We know how important their support has been on this journey, and even though we couldn't have them here today, they are definitely with us in spirit. Please feel free to be seated. I don't want you to stand in the sun for the rest of the ceremony. And so there's certain ways in which this ceremony is strange, but there's something also that's very special about it, and I hope you'll appreciate it over time, if not quite right now. I hope this unique commencement day can serve as a useful reminder of what you've overcome. As you depart this campus, embark on your careers, live your lives, whenever you think about this day, it should remind you how adaptable, how resilient, how patient and creative you can be. And you should remember that during a year of great turmoil, you rose so successfully to the occasion. When the global pandemic forced us all to quarantine, curb our natural interactions, adopt social distancing, wear these masks everywhere, you adapted by figuring out how to take your classes and study online. When COVID severely restricted our mobility globally, nationally, and even on this campus, you showed creativity by using technology to study, to stay connected with family and friends, to shop, live most of your life online. And when circumstances challenge your ability to complete coursework and research, you demonstrated patience and resilience. You dug deep You found inner resources you probably didn't know you had. I know it wasn't easy. Over these final 3 semesters, you've endured historic challenges, but you've harnessed that adversity for fuel and overcome, and here you are, graduating, stronger for it. As a psychologist, I'm quite familiar with research on stress and coping. Such research has shown that adversity often prompts us to mine our inner reserves, face our problems, and emerge having discovered new abilities. Sometimes it's a positive change you can gain from struggling with a major life crisis or a traumatic event, and I would claim this last 14 months has been traumatic for all of us. You may have noticed some beneficial growth. Perhaps you have a stronger appreciation for your relationships with others and how much you've missed seeing people that you weren't able to see. Perhaps you have an awareness of new possibilities. I know I think about, where will I travel to when I'm allowed to travel again? I hope you have an increased sort of sense of personal strength. Some people describe having an increased sense of spirituality and a greater appreciation for life. I personally feel that I've gotten a greater appreciation of nature during this last year. I've really appreciated the beauty of our surroundings in this part of New York State and enjoyed hikes and cross-country skiing in the winter and long runs and beautiful weather in the summer along the river. I think I notice every flower in a way that I wouldn't have pre-COVID. I would have just been in a hurry to get to where I was going. The way I think of it, if you can survive all of this, and you did, and still graduate, you can do anything. That's no exaggeration. Many of you probably know some students from here and at other universities who paused their studies or dropped out altogether. You didn't do that. The University of Rochester class of 2021 figured out what you needed to do, how you needed to do it, and you got it done. You should take great pride in this. I know it wasn't always fun, but you've proven to yourself how adaptable you are. And that kind of experience should leave you with a kind of confidence that leads to great things and helps us all make the world an ever better place. As graduates of the University of Rochester College of Arts, Sciences, and Engineering, I know you will go on and do great things with your life, whether that's curating great art, working in the health sciences, working in finance, law, education, IT, researching the secrets of the universe, or solving the world's environmental and biomedical problems. You will carry your unique life experience, the enduring wisdom of this campus, and the guiding light of our Meliora ideals. We all experience adversity in different ways, and we all faced adversity these last 14 months. But I'm sure that as you face the many obstacles that lie ahead of you on your life's journey, I'm supremely confident that you have all you need to survive and thrive. You flourished at the University of Rochester. You flourished during a global pandemic. And with your newfound strength, capabilities, and resolve gained from this year of COVID, I'm confident you will flourish in life. Thank you, and congratulations, class of 2021.
At a special awards ceremony Tuesday, the annual presentation of the Singer Family Prize for Excellence in Secondary School Teaching was presented to 4 distinguished teachers that were nominated by 4 of our graduating seniors. At this time, we would like to recognize Paul Singer, an alumnus of the class of 1966, who made this award possible. I would like to share the names of our award winners recognized for their outstanding contributions to teaching excellence. The 2021 Singer Family Prize recipients are Jeff Cleveland from Halldale High School in Farmingdale, Maine, Carrie M. Fay Daly from Williamsville East High School in East Amherst, New York, Jenna Tremblay from the Barrington Christian Academy in Barrington, Rhode Island, and Sharon Zuckerman from the Pope John XXIII Regional High School, Sparta, New Jersey.
It is my honor to recognize 4 University Award recipients who are unable to join us today. Stuart Weaver, Professor of History, is the recipient of the Edward Peck Curtis Award for Excellence in Undergraduate Teaching. Ellen Matson, Wilmot Assistant Professor of Chemistry, is a recipient of the G. Graydon Curtis 58 and Jane W. Curtis Award for Non-Tenured Faculty Teaching Excellence. John Dutch Summers, entrepreneur and chief executive officer of Graywood Companies, is a recipient of our Eastman Medal. And finally, James Wyatt, professor emeritus and founding dean of the James C. Wyatt College of Optical Sciences at the University of Arizona, is a recipient of an honorary Doctor of Science. We look forward to celebrating these outstanding honorees in person at a later date. Congratulations to all of them.
Ooh, that's the first time I've ever had to move the mic up. All right. Welcome, esteemed faculty, friends, and family from afar. But most importantly, welcome to the class of 2021. My name is Alyssa Ho, and it is an honor to be here with you today as we celebrate the past 4 years and take the next step towards the rest of our lives. Before we begin, I would like to acknowledge that we stand on the ancestral land of the Seneca Nation, and on this land today, we are celebrating a moment that we have long anticipated with excitement and apprehension. Thank you to the members of the 2021 Class Council for their work in making this year the best it could be. Thank you also to our advisor, Brian McGee, who worked tirelessly to advocate for our class. Thank you to the Institute of Optics for the continual support that they provide their students, without which I would not have successfully completed my degree. But most importantly, I would like to thank those who helped get me here today: my parents, my family, and my friends. Whether near or far, we could not have gotten through college without a supportive community. In the past 4 years, I've learned a lot about what it means to be a part of a community, learning and growing together. 4 years ago, we stood on this quad in the candlelight, anxious and excited to begin our college careers, and hopeful for the future. We chose our majors, found our favorite libraries, and settled in with our new friends. But with new experiences come challenges. We were immediately faced with turmoil in our community. We joined the ranks of students who sparked dialogue on campus. We stood in solidarity with those who did not have a voice. We protested when colleagues were wronged. We established early on that our class would encourage growth in the campus community and support those who needed it. Over the years, we have fostered a home for us to continue that growth. Some of us engaged in research, making breakthroughs on our respective fields. Others represented Rochester at national competitions, bringing home titles. Many supported campus academics and engagement by taking on responsibilities as student employees, joining Res Life, or assisting in the learning of others as a TA. No matter your contribution, you are all a part of our community in your own way. Thinking back to 4 years ago, our time as juniors and seniors did not look like anything we could have imagined. We did not get to experience traditions, say a proper goodbye to friends, or celebrate milestones together. Yet we found a way to come together as a community and embark on a new adventure in learning. We rose to the challenge. We kept in touch through Zoom, donated to the food pantry and student emergency funds, and amplified the voices of those in our community who were and continue to be hurting. We marched in the streets in the face of gross injustice. Here, I have met the most dedicated people I know. I have also met the most intelligent, the most radical, the most compassionate. I know that in this class, there are people who are dedicated to making this world more equitable and livable for all, because ever better means better for everyone. As we have experienced this year, making change is hard, and making change is slow. It takes a mental and emotional toll trying to convince people that we have not yet achieved a world without oppression and hate. It takes an even larger toll living as individuals who face systemic injustice. Although we have faced challenges and obstacles along the way, I am convinced that in our community are change makers, and I am honored to graduate with the most capable people I have ever known. We all faced uncertainties and overcame adversity. The past 4 years, particularly the past 15 months, have been unpredictable and demanding. But through these difficult times, we have grown into individuals equipped with the tools to overcome the challenges we encounter. And while our anticipated paths may have changed, the end goal did not. We are all here graduating today. So congratulations, class of 2021. I am grateful to have shared this journey with you, and I wish you the best of luck as you take your next steps into the world. As Institute Director Scott Carney once said, illuminate the dark corners, make the world better and more beautiful, and bring light everywhere. Thank you, and Meliora.
Earlier today, I had the honor of presenting Wade Norwood with the School of Arts and Sciences Distinguished Alumnus Award. Wade has been a champion of change for his community for decades and is a passionate advocate and visionary leader. From his roles in public service, education, and as CEO of Common Ground Health, he has committed his life and career to anti-poverty initiatives, pushed for housing and economic development, and advocated for the importance of education. Wade's transformative achievements, including 15 years of service on the Rochester City Council, work as an at-large member of New York State Board of Regents, and leadership in county vaccine distribution in response to COVID-19 have had immeasurable impacts both on the state of New York and the local area. Through his engagement as a graduate of the university, he is a trusted liaison, and he has seen it his duty to build bridges between the university and the local community. With his steadfast nature and the sheer power of his inspiring voice, he was pivotal in establishing the annual Juneteenth event for the Black Alumni Network. Wade is a change maker on issues of diversity, equity, and inclusion. He serves on the Center for Urban Education Success Advisory Council, has assisted in every reunion from his 5th to 35th, and is a devoted volunteer to many. A proud parent of 2 graduates, the love of his alma mater is contagious, and he is seen as a pillar of support for generations of students. It is my distinct pleasure to present this year's School of Arts and Sciences Distinguished Alumnus Award recipient, Wade Norwood, to the class of 2021.
Thank you all very much for that warm welcome, and thank you, Dean Kyler, for those gracious remarks and the honor of this award. Friends, when I came to this university in 1981, I arrived here as a first-generation college student, born here in the city of Rochester, and worked very hard to prove to myself and to this institution that I belonged here. President Mangelsdorf, Dean Hall, I can't possibly express how much I appreciate this honor and the university's recognition of what it knew better than I 40 years ago, that I belonged here, and that this is my family. And so, Dean Runner, thank you for this opportunity to make remarks to this incredible gathering of young scholars. Class of 2021, let me say first and before all else, congratulations. We are very proud of you. This is your day, and you had ought to celebrate. But my friends, I have to be honest with you. My mother has a saying that I always use when I talk to graduating classes, so I have said it 3 times today. I'll say it a 4th time. If you ever see a turtle on a fence post, you know it had help getting there. And so I want you to think of yourselves this afternoon as turtles that are being lifted on a fence post. And I want you to recognize that in a larger sense, this is not just your day. This day also belongs to all of those folks who are joining us from Zoom land. This day belongs to your mothers and to your fathers, to the sisters and brothers and grandparents, to the significant others, the roommates, the professors and the friends who have supported you, who have encouraged you, and when necessary, have simply put up with you. This is also their day. And you ought to join me in thanking them and congratulating them, because you are the proof that their dreams are coming true. I will be brief in my remarks. I only brought 5 pages with me, and I'm already on page 2, and I'll give you a sneak behind the scenes that between the last event and this ceremony, my wife, Dean Norwood of the Hagem School, got a hold of my text, and it is filled in between lines and in the margins with her making references to herself. And I want her to know I am not going to divert from my remarks. I'm going to stay on purpose and share with you, friends, that I have a 3-fold aim. The first is that I want to make it very clear that we understand what President Mangelsdorf and Dean Runner said in their remarks, that it's only through hard work and struggle that you have reached this point of opening a new chapter in your life. And secondly, I want to impress upon you how important it is that you continue to embrace hard work and struggle as the essential ingredients to success. And my third aim is to share what I wish someone had shared with me when I was an undergraduate here. That hard work and struggle is the most amazing part of the gift of a University of Rochester education. As we approach the 7th observation of her passing, let me remind you of the wisdom left by the late Maya Angelou. She said that in meeting struggle, we may encounter many defeats. Maybe, she said, it's imperative that we encounter the defeats. But we are much stronger than we appear to be. And it's through the defeats that we learn, maybe, that we're much better than we allow ourselves to be. See, I want your takeaway to be that you are not only prepared for more hard work and struggle, but you understand as a member of our university community that it is the hard work and struggle that connects you with the giants of our past. With Susan B. Anthony, with Frederick Douglass, with people whose lives were committed to expanding liberty, expanding joy, and making the world ever better. And I hope that you also understand that hard work and struggle is what keeps you linked to your own family and to your own family's history. Because you got here because of hard work and struggle. Not just your own, but that of other folks who just love you. The folks who have been lifting turtles like you on the fence posts for a very long time. And it's that struggle and that connection that, as Angelou said, has taught you that you are stronger than you appear to be. And I have every belief that you are brave enough in your own way to continue to make the world ever better by continuing to shine the light that you have inside yourself. And as George Bernard Shaw said, I have hope that you will make your light shine as brightly as possible before handing it on to future generations. See, I stand here proud today because although I arrived here as first in my family, as Dean Kyler said, I was followed by my younger sister and by my 2 surviving children. And so were this Sunday morning and not Thursday afternoon, I'd take a text for my remarks and I would remind you of the words of the late Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King, and I would say to you, human progress is neither automatic nor is it inevitable. Even a superficial look at history reveals that no advance rolls in on the wheels of inevitability. Every step towards the goal requires sacrifice, suffering, and struggle. Justice and betterment require the tireless exertion and the passionate concern of dedicated individuals. And so as you look out at the world from your fence post, as you prepare to enter the next chapters of your life, what I want you to remember is that notwithstanding all the great inventions and technological innovations of the early 20th century, building our world required the real work of real people, of Upton Sinclair, Teddy Roosevelt, Louis Brandeis, and countless others who are lost to history. We are here because the contributions of our ancestors, folks who endured the Depression, survived world wars, held together families, who toiled, who scrimped and saved and lifted this nation to greatness on their shoulders. Yours, my friend, is the charge to advance their path. And I have no doubt of your ability to do so because in addition to the fact that you have become a seeker and a creator of knowledge within an academic discipline, you are also a part of this incredibly special university. You have come into relationship with unique and talented people. And each year, you have become ever better. I hope that you'll never forget that along with all of the lectures and seminars, all the readings and assignments, all the books and papers that have been a part of your learning experience, along with all of the parties and the late nights and the laughter you shared, I hope that you will never forget that what is of value is invisible to the eye. Albert Einstein once wrote, "Strange is our situation here upon the earth. Each of us comes for a short visit, not really knowing why, yet sometimes seeming to a divine purpose. But from the standpoint of daily life," he said, "there is one thing we do know, and that is that we are here for the sake of others." And so I close urging you, my friends, to join me in facing the work before us as Mario Cuomo did my graduating class of 1985. I urge you to join me as a prisoner of hope grounded in the knowledge that we belong to each other, of hope that is rooted in the truth that we are family. That as we go through tough times, we grow stronger and we grow closer. We've done so before. We'll do so again. Let us face the future committed to continuing to serve. Let us serve so well that our grandchildren will remember us with the same respect and amazement that we have for the generations that went before us and supported us to reach this point, this magical point of now. Let us serve. Everyone can be great, Dr. King said, because anybody can serve. You don't have to have a college degree in order to serve. You don't have to make your subject and predicate agree, he said, in order to serve. He argued that you don't have to know about Plato and Aristotle in order to serve. You don't have to know Einstein's theory of relativity to serve. In fact, you don't even have to know the first, second, or third law of thermodynamics in order to serve. You only need a heart full of grace. You only need a soul generated by love. Congratulations.
Thank you so much, Wade, and congratulations to the class of 2021.
Will the candidates for the bachelor's degrees in arts and science please rise?
President Mangelsdorf, on behalf of the faculty of the School of Arts and Sciences, I have the honor to present these candidates for the degrees of Bachelor's of Arts and Bachelor of Science.
The University of Rochester, upon the recommendation of the faculty of the School of Arts and Sciences, admits each of you to the bachelor's degrees for which you have been recommended and confers upon you all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities of that degree. We welcome you to the Fellowship of Learned Citizens.
Congratulations again. Please be seated.
Let me add my congratulations to the class of 2021.
Will the candidates for the bachelor's degrees in the Hagem School of Engineering and Applied Sciences please rise?
President Mangelsdorf, on behalf of the faculty of the Hagem School of Engineering and Applied Sciences, I have the distinct honor of presenting these outstanding candidates for the degrees Bachelor of Arts and Bachelor of Science.
The University of Rochester, upon the recommendation of the faculty of the Hagem School of Engineering and Applied Sciences, admits each of you to the bachelor's degrees for which you have been recommended and confers upon you all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities of that degree. We welcome you to the ranks of this learned and accomplished profession.
Congratulations. And now it's time to celebrate.
Please rise now for the university's alma mater, the Genesee. It will be performed by members of the university's a cappella groups, the Yellow Jackets, Midnight Ramblers, Vocal Point, Trebellius, After Hours, and Passapella. The words of the Genesee are on the last page of the program. At the conclusion, please remain in your places until the full academic procession has left the quad, after which you will be led out by your student marshals.
Full many fair and famous streams beneath the sun there be, yet more to us than any seems our own dear Genesee. We love her banks and stately falls, for to our minds they bring our dear old alma mater's halls, where sweetest memories cling. As flows the river gathering force along her steadfast ways, may we along life's devious course grow stronger day by day. And may our hearts, where'er they roam, forever loyal be to our beloved college home beside the Genesee.